look out my window.
Hello traders, Gary Wagner with WFGForex.com, your daily market update for Forex Gold. It is Monday, the 14th day of June, and this is the Daily Report. Forex Gold is currently trading lower this morning, trading at 1221.28. It has had a high of 1231.50 and a low of 1216.43. Now, traders, no doubt, we are witnessing a pretty moderate round of profit taking today. As I said, the market trading at a low of 1216. We talked about on Friday when we initiated this position, and I said, traders, you should be anywhere between 127, but the way the market traded that day, you could very well have a much better position than that. We were looking for, call it a wild ride. I didn't expect this to be straight up or straight down. In terms of fundamental news out there, this round of profit taking, this round of consolidation is coming after hitting our fresh record top in the marketplace, which is right in here, of course. And what happened was there were some strong industrial production figures that came out of the European Union Monday, which kind of added to the idea that the worst, in fact, might be over regarding the EU debt and financial crisis. The euro currency rallied sharply. The U.S. dollar was under some significant pressure. And what we are looking at is the market digesting news with a knee-jerk reaction as it comes out. The one thing that I do want to note is that we are technically still firmly entrenched right now in this uptrend. Now, there is a point in which I would believe that that might in fact be over. And that's why we have stops that are placed at 1208. As long as this trend line remains intact, we still have a solid upward movement to the upside. Because of the news that we're witnessing, I'm still looking at the selling that we are seeing here as corrective in nature. If we go and take a look at our Elliott wave count, wave 1, corrective wave 2, our long impulse wave 3 and 4, this wave 5 still is going to be firmly entrenched until we see some kind of a major break to the downside here, which quite frankly we haven't seen. However, I do want to pay note to the following, and that is we were projecting a top at 1265. This top at 1251 is close to that area, so that if I did see the market begin to sell off and really break hard, we could be looking at the beginning of what we're going to call our corrective phase. However, traders, that is not the case as of this program. In other words, right now, this is a corrective move in nature. When we look, as I said, at our long-term trend line, we're still solidly entrenched. I would have to see a pretty hard break before I change my mind on that. The one thing that we want to realize is that in terms of a technical perspective, we've really not seen any major change, and any kind of news that came out that would be indicative that the EU is still having issues and problems could potentially flare this market and move that back strongly to the upside. The other thing we want to look at is just how strongly this market has come off the bottom. Now, we are looking at a 30-minute candlestick chart. And traders, if you bear with me, let me show you where we are. This right here represents the space between the close on Friday and the open on Sunday. Sunday, it opened, it traded higher, moving to around 1230, 1231, consolidating for a little while, and then moving to this high right around 1234 in here. From there, though, there was profit taking pretty much all the way down. As you can see, the market traded lower most of the evening session right in here, and in fact then formed its base around that low that we talked about at 1216. We're forming that doji down here. It did trade higher, coming back up to about 1216 before selling back to retesting these lows just below 1218. And for the last hour and a half, we have had solid moves back to the upside, and it's going to go to see how it reacts once it breaks through this barrier, I should say if, and then retest these highs right in here. So the traders, ultimately, I do see support for this market, 1215. We saw that before. Last week, we're seeing that again. We do have resistance, though, up in this area, which is around 1234, 1235. But the one thing that I do want to note is that we seem to have a pretty strong rally. We just need to see how it reacts as it breaks through different interim or short-term resistance levels. Right now, we seem to be able to go through this 1223 area. Our next area that we've got to see how it reacts to is going to be between 1225.50 and 1227. That's these two areas right in here. Now, according to Matt Zeman, he's a trader for LaSalle Futures, the LaSalle Futures Group in Chicago. He says it's only a matter of time until we start hearing about additional problems in Europe. Gold has trimmed its losses at this point, and it's simply a matter of how it's going to trade within the different ranges that we're looking at. Traders, my recommendation, maintain our stop at 1208. As I said on Friday, that I will look for wild gyrations in the market. This market is not the most simplified market to trade. We are going to see rather large spikes both up and down in the market. We are certainly witnessing that. We are still sitting in a position that is behind us a little bit, but not significantly yet, and our stops have held in place. The question is obviously going to be, is this going to be a correction or is it going to be a reversal? My sentiment is that from what we've witnessed in last night's trading as well as this morning's trading, the moves that we're witnessing at this point are still absolutely corrective in nature and not, in my opinion, a reversal. I've gone ahead and I've pulled back our daily chart, and what I'm doing is I have scrolled it so that we're only looking at it from the beginning of wave one. In other words, the beginning in which we saw this bullish ascension from 1040 back in February, traders. That's right here. This is low, this very, very large doji. When we look at this particular move, the one thing that I do want to note, traders, is that when you look at this significant move, it's absolutely still firmly entrenched as an upward move. We have certainly not broken through our channel or our upper trend line. And as long as this remains in fact, I still think that we have a significant trade on our hands. We'll have to see how this pans out through the week, obviously. And today we have witnessed some moderate selling pressure that I do believe is corrective in nature. And we will maintain our stops and maintain our long position. Traders, this has been Gary Wagner with WFGForex.com, your daily market update for Forex Gold. Wishing you, as always, good trading. Bye-bye. We'll talk to you tomorrow on Tuesday.